Okay, guys, I'm going to answer a really, really common question that I get asked a lot of the times, and that is, when does a person know that it's time to quit a relationship? And it could be a friendship, it could be a intimate relationship, a marriage, it could be any kind of a relationship. And it's a really good question because, you should be able to look at yourself and say, hey, I've done my all, I've given everything I have, I've tried everything. I can look at myself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm done, it's over. But a lot of the times it's not that clear, it doesn't come across like that. And there is a space in between where you're confused and you're like, should I stay? Should I go? Should I try? Should I not try? And that phase can take a long time. And, in my own experience, it's confusing. And it took a while to sort of go, yes, no, maybe, and should I do this, and the kids and this and that, and a lot of it comes into, and other people and family as well, and it is a normal process. But to make it clear for you, the person who's going through it, I literally thought back to like, what was it for me? And I came up with this, and that is to see what is my intention, or what is my foundation of where wanting to save this relationship is coming from. What do I mean by that? I mean, is it coming from a place of love? Am I still in love with the relationship? Do I still want to invest in the relationship? Do I still love this person? Am I still being influenced, or am I moving ahead from that place of love, right? Because if you look back to the start of your relationship, any relationship, it does stem from that, two people coming together, friendship or intimate. It's always from that place of love. You want to spend time, you enjoy that even if you have a fight, you enjoy it. Even, you go through challenging times, there's still love involved. Now, what happens sometimes is that can shift, and it can lead into a place where you are trying to save a relationship based out of fear. And that's a very, very different space. So you still want the same outcome, but the initial foundation or the initial intention is very different. It's coming from a place of fear and lack, and like, oh, if I lose this relationship, then what will happen to this? What will happen to me? What will happen to my kids? And that outcome is never going to end up being a one that's positive for anyone involved, because even if you end up staying in a relationship based on fear, the whole vibration and frequency of that relationship will always be based on fear. So there'll always be like you tiptoeing around that person. You won't be able to be authentically you. You'll have to watch what you say. You have to make sure that you don't upset that person. And that's a massive price to pay. And some people want to pay that price, and no judgment. But what I'm trying to say here is just understand that both of those intentions want to have the same outcome, but they're coming from a very, very different vibrational space. This one is coming from love and freedom and acceptance and an open heart. This one's coming from closed heart, fear, and lack. And so you're going to get completely different experiences within that relationship, right? You might have the physical picture and dynamic of that relationship, but you're going to experience it very, very differently. And that's where you've got to ask yourself, okay, I might get that in the end. I might get that so-called family picture or friendship or whatever, but am I willing to experience it in this way in order to have that? And that's something personal. There's no judgment in that. For me, no, I don't want to do it that way. It should be any relationship, even if it's with my daughter, it has to come from an open heart. complete authenticity, you know, and I would want my kids to feel that with me, not out of obligation, not out of fear, not out of guilt, to be there for me as children. You know, it should be open-hearted relationships. So this is one that you can ask yourself, like, yes, I want that relationship and I want that marriage or that friendship, but am I wanting it from a place of love and openness, or am I wanting it because I'm scared of losing something? And, you know, and that is something that you have to decide. It's your call, no right or wrong, but understand you will experience what you choose. So I hope that helped you, and please do give me some feedback. Let me know what you think, and take care till next time.